I am having a blessed morning. So I'm sorry about that. I supposed to had went live at 2 o'clock, but I didn't. I was sleeping. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I was sleeping because prior to that I did a lot of lives, and I just wanted to basically have my brain at ease. So I gave you some heat. The funny thing about it that I did a live, right, talking about our brains and blood is being donated for study. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. I never got one view. I always get 10, 18, 16, 20, the most 20. I got one view. I'm talking about this before I get to my topic. The reason why I got one view is because the topic that I was talking about, the title. And then inside of the descriptions in the thumbnails, that video supposed to got more views than one view. I'm gonna leave it up. I'm gonna put it out there. One view. The information is so powerful. When you get a chance, I want you to hit the notification bell so you can know when that video is coming on. It's next week. I think it's next week. I'm not sure. I think it's next week. But if it's not, it's the following week after that. But hit the notification bell. Our brains and blood and organs are being donated to studies. I want you to check that out, all right? So, I want to talk about homelessness that's going on. And there's a lot of homelessness. A lot of people don't have nowhere to live. They don't have nowhere to live. People are finding everywhere to live. They sleeping on buses. They sleeping on trains. They sleeping in bathrooms. They sleeping in airports. Anywhere where there's space being occupied, a lot of people is basically finding shelter there because there's nowhere to live. The rent is really high, right? I used to work in storage. I worked in storage for over 5 years. Over 5 years. I used to work in storage called Storage Deluxe in New York City. I have seen people sleep in storage. I have seen people go into the bathroom and wash up. I have seen people, right, go to 24 hours McDonald's and sit there and be on their computers, right? Because, at a certain time, storage, matter of fact, when storage closed at 9 o'clock, they would go to 24-hour McDonald's and sit there, buy coffee, and sit there on their computers and sit there and wait until storage open up. Oh, I'm talking about people are using storage units, right? For shelters. People are using storage unit. People are renting storage out so they can live in there because the rent and mortgage is so high. People don't got nowhere to live. Instead of going into the shelters, people will go into their storage and sleep there. They would set their storage up like as a regular apartment and sleep there. They get hot plates, they get things, hot water, and they live there. I even had some people spending overnight inside the storage. But I knew some of these people, but I'm like, listen, this is my job. You can't stay here. You can go to the local McDonald's that's 24 hours and stay there and then wait till storage open up in the morning time. I had people joining the gym, right? Planet Fitness, where in Planet Fitness they take showers there. That's how they was moving. They was moving just like that because they didn't have a place to live, a place to sleep, a place to shower. So, if you could open up an account with Planet Fitness, you could take showers in there. Yeah, so a lot of people was doing that. A lot of people was doing that because they lost their homes, they couldn't pay their rent, they lost their jobs, they lost their families, and people was living like that. And this is going all around the world now that people's living in storage. People been living in storage. I seen people actually building like workshops in storage where people was fixing refrigerators. They was renovating refrigerators, stoves, deep freezers. People was making money in it. They get 4, 5, 6, 7 storage, and they would have workshops in their storage. They would pay their storage bills, but they was in there working for years upon years. This is their business. So they'd rather buy space in storage and pay the bill instead of opening up an establishment, right? Where they paying thousands of dollars, where they got to pay water bill, where they got to pay waste bill and stuff like that. They get storage, and they can set up shelves in there and build things in there, and actually fix all the parts in there, fix stoves, fix microwaves, fix toasters, fix ovens, yeah, fix refrigerators. I saw it. And people made a lot of money. One of the guys, because I had my stuff in storage, right? He was like, yo, listen, man, look, I bought this brand new 2020, at the time, 2023 BMW, just fixing stoves and refrigerators, renovating it, fixing it, and selling it. I was like, wow. Yes, that's exactly what he was doing. He said, I've been here for 8 years. Just imagine the money. And he had 6 storages. He had 10 by 10s. 10 by 10 storage is really big. It's deep. He had 10 by 10s in there fixing refrigerators and ovens and stoves and microwaves and yeah, deep freezers. He been in there for 8 years. I don't know how long he been in there now, but I'm quite sure he's still over there. He get a pickup truck where he just go pick up stoves and iron, stuff like that. He was making it happen. That was his job, entrepreneur. He was making money. He said, people think I was selling drugs. He said, I'm not selling no drugs. Because he had that brand new car, 2023 BMW. So people thought he was selling drugs. He said, listen, I ain't selling no drugs. I'm laughing. I'm only fixing stoves and ovens and refrigerators and renovating it and selling it and giving it to the people. Yeah, I'm charging $500, $600, $800, $900. It depends on the model of the refrigerator. I say, yeah, man, go ahead, do what you got to do. Yes, and he slept in the storage. He slept in the storage. He had some of the biggest storage inside these storage places. Paying a lot of money, paying $1,500, $200. I mean, paying $2,000, $3,000 a month for storage because he's making the money. He's making the money in order to pay them storage. He got 6 storage, 7 storage. He had probably, this guy, he had the whole first floor. He's doing business with the owners, making money. He's making money. They making money. Why kick him out? He's one of our biggest tenants. This is actual true fact, and this is how they looking at it. So, don't look at storage as it's a down and out. Don't look at it as this is the end. No, it's only the beginning for you if you use your mind, body, and soul. If you don't got no place to live, and you getting kicked out soon, go ahead, rent a storage. And you can figure it out. If you don't want to go in the shelter, you don't want to sleep on the street, you don't want to sleep on the buses and the trains, or just in hallways and buildings, get yourself a storage. Rent yourself a storage and start building on yourself. Figure it out. You have to pay whatever much, however how much you got to pay a month. That's what you have to pay. If you have to sleep in there, sleep in there. If you have to go to 24-hour McDonald's to just make ends meet, get yourself a part-time job, figure it out. You can do it. Sky's is the limit for you. Don't let that be your downfall. Let that be the beginning of a new you. That's all I'm saying, because I used to work in storage, and I was in the shelter for 4 years. I was in the shelter. Yes, I was. I was in the shelter. So, but this is just to drop knowledge upon you. People may be laughing at you, looking at you. You never know if you may end up in a situation like that. So this is information for you. Or right now you are paying so much rent for these 1 bedrooms, or for just for your space, you might want to downsize to a storage until you can get your money up. And when you get your money up, you can own yourself a business. The man owned his business inside storage. So, this is what I wanted to say. Let me show you a video. Let me show you a video of this young gentleman. Okay?
I did 2 lives today. I went live 2 times on YouTube, dude. Crazy. Man, you go a little. And I just cleaned up my storage unit. I just need to fold these clothes a little bit, but I was actually getting ready. I was laying down, finna go to sleep, and but God told me make a video, man. Cause it's been a few weeks since I made one of these, and these are my favorite. I ain't gonna lie, one of my favorites. I don't know. But I'm starting to like to do the shorts more. I'm starting to go live more, man. It's just. I just do what God told me to do. You know what I'm saying?
He's living in storage.
I'm just a vessel, man. And I'm just here to spread the message, bro.
Hello, friend. How you doing? Good morning.
You gotta break out of this matrix, cuz this inflation that's going on. We going through another recession, Great Depression, bro.
Hello.
And but anyways, though, I went to the laundromat.
Good morning, friend. Good morning.
My clothes on my live and stuff, and I just cleaned up a little bit on my live. But this is my bed. It's just a sleeping bag with a blanket and a pillow. And then this is where I usually keep my food. I need to go get some more food tomorrow. Like I only got 2 cans of tuna left, and I ain't got no more water. I mean, I got these 3 waters right here. Them was the last 3. And then there's just like cologne and just hygiene stuff. Like my books. And, yeah. And my cool clock. 60 days.
He's living in storage. How you doing? He's living in storage. He's actually making it work, and he's proud about that. And you know what? I'm proud about that for him, because that's not the end. That's not the end. Anybody can fall from grace. Anybody can fall from a position. Anybody. You can end up in jail. You can end up sleeping underneath a bridge, sleeping in a cardboard box. Anything can happen like that. You understand what I'm saying? But you, at the end of the day, you have to have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding and how to do what? And how to fend for yourself. I don't see nothing wrong. He's living in storage. He's finding a place, to have a roof over his head. He's paying in storage. He probably got a side job. He probably got a job. Who knows what he's into? But you know what? At least he's not selling drugs. At least he's not using drugs. I don't know. At least he's not selling drugs. At least he's not out there robbing and stealing from nobody or hurting people. You understand what I'm saying? He's using the situation as a stepping stone. And that's what you can do in any situation. It don't have to be negative. It could be positive, and you could turn into positive. What do you do for work? I'm a bus operator. I work in MTA. I'm a bus operator. Have you eaten? I haven't eaten yet. I normally eat fruits in the morning. I normally eat fruits or a smoothie. have me a coffee or tea. Normally, that's what I do. That's what I do. But this is really, really important. So I just wanted to show you that it's getting rough out here. All around the world is getting rough, where the housing situation is really, really bad. So start preparing yourself, prepping yourself, just in case anything like this happened to you, because nobody knows. Nobody can prepare. You can't prepare for being homeless. You can't prepare for being certain things. You don't know, because in your mind, you're supposed to be doing this, doing that. You're not preparing. You know? So this lets you know, to show you that to prepare in life for everything. Prepare. Put things aside. Put things aside, because we are living in real time. Same here. Nice talking to you. Thank you so much. I'm a goat farmer. That's what's up, man. That's cool. That's cool to get in tune with the animals, to get in tune with nature, to love your animals. That's really good, bro. That's really good. I appreciate that you sharing that with me. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong. At least you making an honest living. At least you selling milk, goat milk. Goat milk is really good and sweet. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So, you know, this is just sharing with you the information. And I just want to share that with you. Y'all have a great, great Sunday. Peace, y'all. Peace. Peace.